which division more likely to get 3 teams in the playoffs, the AFC East or the NFC East? It's a very simple answer, a snap answer. NFC East. Absolutely.
Both.
I don't know about both, sir. You still have the Chargers if you're the AFC East to reckon with.
Come on, did you watch them play yesterday?
The Bengals, man. The Bengals. Joe Mixon calling in hour number 3. They have just begun to scratch the surface, and if they can just protect Joe Burrow enough, get Jamar Chase back, they're going to hit December just like last year. Don't want to face him. Don't look for him. Don't want him. Don't need him. Somebody from the AFC North is going to make it. Ravens or Bengals, I think.
Well, the West can only get one team.
And I think the West might pop in too. But you look at the NFC East, Chris, come on now.
The Giants,
aren't going
to hold on.
The two
Giants aren't holding.
Best bye weeks I can recall. The 2 best bye weeks I can recall. What are you talking about, Rich? They didn't play. 2 teams sat on a bye this week at 6-2, and now coming out, it looks like they're 10-2 because the Cowboys and the Giants in the NFC wild card race, every single team that could catch them that was playing this weekend, Niners off too. Falcons, Commanders, Rams, Packers, Cardinals, Bears, all lost. All of them. The Saints might
take these
go down tonight, and even if they do, they're 4-5. That's 2.5 games behind them. Woo. The 49ers are the one team that might win the whole damn conference anyway when they're done with it. They had a nice bye week, too, at 4-4. But the Cowboys and the Giants just sat at home and watched their 6-2 get that much better.
Beautiful.
And you take a look at the Giants' schedule moving forward. I shouldn't even go higher register. Look at the Giants' schedule. Next up for them, the Houston Texans.
Dub.
All right. After that, they're home for Detroit, which is, as you know, a different team on the road than at home.
It's a tough game.
There's the big Thanksgiving game against Dallas. Home for Washington, home for Philly. 4 of their next 5 are in New Jersey before they finish up at Washington. At Minnesota is going to be great. That's when they also, their final home game is when Jeff Saturday's Colts come to town. I can't believe I'm saying that. And then they finish up at Philadelphia. You tell me, that's not a wild card record at least?
They could lose all of those games. What about the Giants instills confidence in you?
Come on, man. You watch football. I know you're trying to, are you just playing a devil's advocate? What is inspiring? Everything. Their coaching, their running back, their defense, the way that they don't fold when they when they get hit in the chops. Look what they did to Lamar Jackson, who plays tonight. Saints would be so lucky to turn him over twice in the last 2 possessions as the Giants did. Come on now. You look at them and just figure it out. 6-10. They go 5-4. That's an 11-win team. They're absolutely making the playoffs. And the Cowboys, you look at their games from here on out.
13-4.
At Green Bay. You know, we could show you all the Ice Bowl videos we can, but
I'm worried about this game.
Please.
I do.
Please.
I'm telling you.
Okay, sounds good. I know Aaron Rodgers is 8-1 against you, but that's not the guy in the team that's showing up.
Sometimes some teams just have other teams' numbers.
I got it.
Though,
all right,
you know?
at Minnesota, that's one of interest, and obviously home against the Giants. Jeff Saturday's Colts come to town. I can't believe I'm saying that. They're home for Houston. They're at Jacksonville. They play against Philadelphia on Christmas Eve. At Tennessee, that's be a bruiser.
Man,
the Giants have already. By the way, the Giants got through that one. Week 1 with that 2-point conversion because the Daybowls were put on the table. Then they're at Washington. These are playoff teams. And obviously the Eagles at 8-0. I could go over their schedule, but we'll be doing that so often from here on out while they're undefeated. That's 3 playoff teams. It's that 7th seed's up for grabs. It's that 7th seed that is up for grabs.
Man, NFC is hot garbage.
And I'll tell you what, I don't know about hot garbage. There's gonna be some highly competitive playoff games. Highly competitive playoff games. Dude, what if the Niners are your 7th seed, or the Eagles are your 7th seed? I mean, not the Eagles. Your Seahawks are your 7th seed. If you believe that somehow the Niners are going to catch them, what if the Seahawks are your 7th seed? You want that team strolling in if you're the 2nd seeded team in the NFC? You really want to face them?
You don't want to see Kenneth Walker at this point.
How many actual Super Bowl teams are there?
Nasty.
Holy cow. Like that kid.
Yeah, man. He's coming to Munich as one of the best running backs in the league. The Seahawks are showing up in Germany at 6-3, playing much better than Brady and the Bucs. Much.
All right, how about this? I got a question for you guys. Bills, Chiefs, Eagles to win the Super Bowl or the field?
Bills, Chiefs, Eagles to win the Super Bowl or the field.
Well, of course, I'm taking the field.
I'll take the
Miami Dolphins, 0-3 without Tua, and undefeated with him. Like when Tua Tagovailoa is playing, he's a much different quarterback. And I tried to go back sometime. I believe is that the 2019 draft?
2020.
Was it 2020 draft?
Yep.
Because everybody's trying to figure out if we redid it, right? If we redid the draft, what would it look like?
Burrow still goes one, right?
Burrow still goes one.
Yep.
But remember when everybody said the Dolphins got the wrong quarterback? They should have grabbed Justin Herbert.
Which is weird. For years, 2 years, it was like tank for Tua. And then they had a chance, and they were like, nope.
But then everybody was so down on Tua. And then everyone was like, oh, the Chargers got the better quarterback, right? And then also in that second round, there was also a quarterback that we'll see tonight in Jalen Hurts. And where do we look at Jalen Hurts now as a quarterback? Is he now joined that first round of quarterbacks from that 2020 NFL draft? Now, obviously, Jordan Love doesn't count. We don't even talk about him.
I know.
Poor guy. Yeah, poor
He's
guy.
never
Poor
gonna
Jordan
play.
Love. Yeah, it was just whatever. But I'm looking at those four quarterbacks. Those are the first four, you say first five, but I take Jordan Love out. But these are the four quarterbacks in that draft of 2020. And you think about where Joe Burrow has ascended to, and obviously he's already taken his team to a Super Bowl to a Super Bowl visit already. They've already competed in one. But now who's the next? And I'm looking at Tua and just each single game. You're like, this dude is actually really good. And I know Tyreek Hill helps him, and I know Jalen Waddle helps him, but no one's talking enough about Mike McDaniel as a head coach and what he's brought. First of all, Mike McDaniel may walk by in the studio, and we may walk right by him. Like, I don't know who this is dude. Like, is he an intern or
Coffee, bro. Yeah.
And yet he's got the first place Miami Dolphins. Who saw that? And then, obviously we saw Justin Herbert last night. There's always some good plays and bad plays with Justin, but you look at where Jalen Hurts is, and he was not considered in that upper echelon of quarterbacks. And right now, is he not playing better than all of them? Is Jalen Hurts not playing better than all of those quarterbacks that we just mentioned from that 2020 NFL draft? And we get a chance to see him tonight against the Commanders on Monday Night Football to further the point. Again, my midseason awards, and no, this is not it's not a sponsored midseason awards, but I just like saying it, that he was my MVP because I've seen a guy not only develop, but he was a part of a playoff team a year ago, and Tom Brady just outclassed him. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers just a better team.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, you saw Jalen Hurts work in the offseason. He worked to get better. And so am I surprised at how much better he is? No, I'm surprised more at his team and how much better his team is. I'm not surprised at him because I've seen him put in the work this offseason. And now he's showing he's a much stronger. They said he put on about 15 pounds of muscle. And tonight he has another opportunity on national TV. I don't know what it does in terms of what you think about the Commanders and their record, but Jalen Hurts tonight can further the point of how much better of a quarterback that he is. He's the leading quarterback in the NFC, right? If the Pro Bowl voting were today, he's the first quarterback. Who's better than him in the NFC right now?
In the NFC,
who's better than Jalen Hurts in the NFC?
Yeah, I mean,
right now?
all the top quarterbacks. If you just go, to like a stats page, everyone's in the AFC. It's Patrick Mahomes, it's Josh Allen, it's Joe Burrow, it's Geno Smith, it's Justin Herbert. Yeah. I think your NFC quarterbacks are probably Hurts, Tom Brady, and Kirk Cousins are probably your NFC quarterbacks.
Geno in there. Is Geno?
That's true.
Yeah. Geno had a couple throws yesterday. Like,
that's
what
true.
Was that, Geno?
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, Geno came back down to earth a little bit, but just talking about Miami, I mean, Tua's been balling. 3 touchdowns in each of the last 3 games. They put up 30-plus points. Gonna hit on this a little bit later in overreaction too, but their offense is just clicking at a level now that we haven't seen. I was listening in a long time. I was listening to Simmons, and he was talking about the greatest show on turf. He talked about the 99 Rams in terms of this offense and how they're clicking. And it's a lot about who they acquired in the offseason. Go get those running backs from San Francisco. Mike McDaniel is really proving himself to be a really smart, intelligent, innovative head coach. And why can't Miami win the Super Bowl or come out of the AFC? Why not? They're in first place in the AFC East right now.
They hold the tiebreaker over Buffalo.
And they hold the tiebreaker over Buffalo. Like Buffalo is all the way down to 6 in the AFC playoff standings right now. And man, Miami, it's a weird place to play. Weird stuff happens in Miami. Now, look, we're going to find out just how good they are. The next 6 weeks, they have a really hard schedule.
Yes.
They got some tough road games coming up. They got to go at New England. They got to go at Buffalo. Dolphins seem like they're kind of for real.
Is it weird seeing the Patriots in last place in the AFCs?
In the playoffs. We're the 7th seed right now. Come on, Kirk.